Hello and welcome back to my indie game devlog series for Roguesphere. In the last episode, I've improved the game's replay value by adding a lot of characters that each offer their own unique gameplay experience to encourage players to play again and try out different characters. And with the game having a big picture game loop of playing until you either die or beat the game to just then repeat, I really want to make sure it's compelling to play the game over and over again. So I've been doubling down on making sure that each game played feels worth it by adding an overall game progress bar to unlock new planets or the free characters that I've mentioned in the previous episode, as well as store leaderboard and achievements like for both the App Store as well as the Google Play Store, as well as in-game trophies. So I've gotten a lot of work done over the past few weeks, and I'm really excited about the updates that I'm about to share with you. One of the biggest things that I have on my Trello list here are to finish up the character select as well as the game over menus. And I always like creating storyboarding and designing menus. I just always get a good kick connecting different parts of the game together, and it's especially exciting when it comes time to finalizing these menus, because that's when I know that I'm near the finish line. So it feels great. The one thing I failed to show last time, despite showing all the characters I'm adding into the game, was the actual character selection menu. I still am using a lot of placeholders for the button images, but this will be how the character select menu screen will look for the most part. The buttons to select characters are placed to form a circle here to stick with the theme of the game, and I decided to make each button clickable so that you can preview all of the characters even if they're locked. This way you have something to look forward to and to hopefully keep on playing to unlock them. I think my struggles of getting these previews to show up properly on different screen sizes was worth it, because I think it really does help signal to the player when they see the preview as just a silhouette that they don't own that character yet. And there's then the action button at the very bottom, which is the most accessible part of the interface that puts it all together. And depending on the character selected, this button becomes clickable to select the character and unclickable if the character is unlocked, or clickable to buy the premium character. Taking appropriate screenshots of each character to replace the button images will be icing on the cake, which I will delegate to myself for another day after one of my upcoming 12-hour shifts, because it's a much smaller task that I would be able to handle then. So speaking of, this new job that I have is kicking my butt. It's the reason why I'm moving the release day from the 29th of this month until March 11th. It's not too far off, but I'm doing this because I am really struggling trying to adapt to a new routine. So the job is 7 days on, and they're 12-hour shifts, and then 7 days off. It just requires me to have an unsustainable amount of focus after every shift in order for me to make some sort of progress in my games, or hang out with my girlfriend, as well as get a workout in. I'm willing to do what I need to do though to stay afloat, and I know a lot of you guys who are making your own games can relate to the grind, but yeah, we have to do what we gotta do, right? And we just gotta keep leveling up. When you level up in my game, that's when you then unlock one of the free characters or a new planet. There will be a total of 3 free characters as well as 12 planets to unlock for release, so for every 3 planets unlocked, you can expect to unlock one of the free characters next. And I think the progress bar really makes the game feel complete for me, and again, it's another one of those features that really help motivate players to play again. As of now, the amount you fill the progress bar with is determined by the metrics you see on the game over screen for your current run, such as the total planets survived, your total coins collected, total kills, as well as your survival time. And I could always revisit this quickly before release to add in a little bit more flair, such as adding in particle effects as the progress bar fills up, but overall I'm happy with this implementation for now. The next thing to improve the game's replay value is by using the Google Play and App Store services to create a global leaderboard as well as set up achievements. And a plugin called Cloud Ones actually made this simpler than I thought. The only thing is that I found this super boring and repetitive because the store services, to my surprise, only allowed one leaderboard or achievement to be set up at a time. It was boring, time-consuming work, but now the game will release with multiple leaderboards. One is for a hidden high score, which is based on performance of a single run, and the second will be for most coins collected, and the last one is for who can beat the game the fastest for speedrunners. There will also be 57 achievements for the game. I don't need to list out each of them. I'll dump it on the screen here, but that's a lot of achievements that I had to set up for each of those stores one by one. And finally, the thing that I'm most excited to show you are the planet trophies that you can find in the home menu planet. And for the longest time, it was just an empty planet, but now it has all of the planets displayed in the environment. It's just another way of signposting the content of my game. So for the planets that players haven't seen at all, the display for these planets will just show up as silhouettes, and for the planets that the players have seen and have survived, they will be displayed with all gray coloring. And lastly, for the planets that the player has conquered, which means they've eliminated the required amount of enemies to spawn the portal, they will be displayed with their proper coloring. Hey, thank you very much for making it all the way to the very end of the video. I really appreciate it. This game is slowly starting to become something I'm actually proud of making and having out there. And so if you haven't pre-registered yet, please go ahead and do so. It's free and it means a lot to me. Also, as always, huge thanks to the people who go out of their way to support my work in a monthly basis. Laura Milligan, Andrew Abrook, Armaine Rivero, and Fritz Rivero. Thank you, and see you in the next one.